All right, let's get this shit. Let's do it. Let's start. We're Cable Boy. Well, we're 4 out of 5 members of Cable Boy. Yeah. We're missing Jason, our guitar player. When I'm with you. I make music because I think I'm good at it, and I've always wanted to do music. You know, I'm sure like some doctor would be like, oh, some kid who wants to be a doctor saw a doctor and was like, I want to be a doctor. But you like watch your MTV and you're like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Just we're good at it. Yeah, you got to do what you're good at.
What they said, honestly, like, yeah, no, like all my family did music. Like, I come from kind of like a trad music kind of background, so music was just always around, and it was just kind of intuitive to like pick it up.
I enjoy music, so I feel like it's one of the best ways to kind of just express, I guess, myself. Growing up on music as well, it was just almost, innate that I pick it up and learn and do it as well. So yeah, to forth that motion, yes. Also good at doing music, so might as well.
Baby, I understand. Why Cable Boy?
No, brother. No, so we used to have a guy, Oshin, in the band way back. He's still our very good friend. Yeah, God bless Oshin. And he was watching Seinfeld one day, and there was this scene that really stuck with him where the Cable Boy gets shot, and Seinfeld is like, Cable Boy. And I don't know, he just watched it, and he was like, that's it, that's the name. And we were like, yeah.
We were outside the Workman's getting the bus home. It was after we did a rehearsal in Temple Lane. Yeah, Temple Lane. And Oshin, yeah, I think
he pitched it.
He pitched it.
Yeah, he'd already pitched it to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So initially, I thought you came up with it. I've been telling people you came up with it for ages. So yeah, okay.
I had like a list in my notes of like potential band names because we were going on Clover at the time.
Yeah.
But we thought it might be a bit too Irishy. But it's actually a good name as well.
Yeah.
And I had a list of loads, and then Oshin he comes with just one on his phone that's been like Cable Boy, and I was like, shit, that's better than my whole list.
Thanks to Jerry Seinfeld for that.
Yeah.
I wanted to call the band the B Movie personally.
Yeah, Liam and I went to school together, but you were my brother's year, so it was like 2 years below me, and we lived in Lucan. I just started writing songs after being in bands like since I was like 17, and I knew Niall and Oshin from another band. Did I say the name of the band?
Mandal.
Yeah, shout out to Mandal.
There's probably one video on YouTube out there somewhere.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple. Mandal, I thought Mandal were really good. So, and I knew Niall and Oshin lived in Lucan, but I wasn't really like, I don't think we were like friends at that stage. No.
Really, yeah.
So I just kind of writing songs in Liam's house for ages. We were just coming up with ideas and like what the band could look like if we did a band or something. And then I hit up Niall and Oshin. I was like, y'all want to join the band? And they said yes. So we went to Niall's house, practiced for like, I think we did a month of practice, and then you guys went away. Yeah, you guys had Erasmus or something. Yeah, so it was kind of like a bit of a stop start. This is like 2018 stop start, and then 2019 we kind of managed to get everything together. Corn's new in the band, but he just joined recently. Yeah, but that's basically it. Yeah,
I was walking home from work one November night, and funny enough, Jason, who currently plays guitar, used to play keys, and that night I was walking home. I see Jason at the bus stop, and I was talking to Jason about, oh, how's the band doing? And then he had said that Oshin was planning to leave the band, and I was like, oh, no way. And I honestly, half jokingly was like, oh, if you guys are looking for a keys player, because I knew Jason was more leaning on the guitar side. I was like, if you're looking for a keys player, hit me up. And I never thought of it again. And I went home. And then Shamey was like, oh, I heard you were looking for a key player. I was like, oh, no. Essentially, that's how it happened. But like even then, me, Shamey, Jason, and Liam actually used to play like in a studio every Sunday and just kind of like jam together. So like I had already known a lot of the guys, pretty much all of them, before actually joining the band. So it was kind of a, I guess, natural progression, and seemed like an easy decision anyway to kind of, you know, take it on. So yeah.
When we're like when we, at practice we jam a lot.
Sure.
Let me say they jam a lot. No, we jam a lot. we jam a lot, and everyone kind of like goes on a different instrument. Like I think everyone can play, like Knock can play every instrument in the band. So can Jason. So can Liam. And Corn and I are like, Corn and I have like our instruments that we're good at, and then like we're learning like the Corn's like a drummer and a bass player, but he's playing keys, and I'm
I think it's safe to say we can all play everything.
yeah we can kind of basically play everything, yeah. So but,
one of the shows we're going to switch and you won't even realize. We're all going to listen on different things.
Jamie's a mean bassoon player.
Wait to hear my chords. I don't know. Yeah,
Kind of like a product of like all the stuff we listen to. Like we all listen to a lot of kind of I don't know, like dreamy kind of pop and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of like permeates in there. There's definitely a big D'Angelo faction in the band. So that kind of like that creeps its way in, That's much to Jamie's chagrin.
No, don't do that. Don't. This is why I needed it. Don't do that. That's not true. I love D'Angelo, but all I'm saying is he's not the only musician in the world. That's all I said. He's not the only. Raphael Sadiq, you know what I mean? Like Bilal. I'm just saying. There's a lot of people.
He just kind of get the poster boy.
Yeah, he does. And he deserves it. Great.
You
But
practice that response, by the way.
anyways, they love D'Angelo, as do I. But like this big R&B influence, huge pop influence. Like we all listen to like a lot of pop music and very open with like the pop music that we do listen to, and
and then it's all built on top of like real rock
yeah
stuff as
for
well.
sure.
Though, like you can tell, like we know like what rock does, and
Yeah.
then but we add all the pop to it, and then all the like just everything.
Yeah, and like even the way I think we all play our instruments, I wouldn't necessarily say we're like traditional in how we play. Like we kind of just play based on like what we loved growing up. So like I think building upon that, you're gonna get something very. You're gonna synthesize everything you listen to very differently anyway. So I think I would say that our sound is definitely very dreamy, very like, very, very rhythmic, and then also like has a lot of pop sensibilities to it. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get heavier though, for sure.
Interestingly enough, as well, like in the short time here, it's been very interesting to kind of be a part of like making the music, but also kind of seeing how many blends of genres actually go into the music we make. Like I can remember like the one part like when we were working on, for example, in the studio, where like Jason was like playing guitar, but I was kind of like thinking of like a rap cadence, and just being like, "Hey Jason, why don't you try play guitar in a particular like vocal cadence, as if like someone were to
when
rap."
you were getting really
like really. So like it's really cool to kind of like see a lot of the genres that we do listen to kind of permeate through the music we make, and like it's not gonna sound like what we listen to, but it is always interesting because it's the sum of many parts. Like it's very derivative from what we all kind of consume, which is a very interesting product and combination.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I was thinking when I was listening to your stuff, like it was. I know you guys say dreamy a lot, but like you're pretty rocky too. Like, you guys
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure. I was surprised. Like obviously, what's the single? When I'm With You, is that what the name of the single?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So like I heard that and I was like, oh nice, I get it. And then I listened to some other stuff and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a little bit heavier. Okay, that's nice.
Our first EP was definitely more like rocky. Like I was listening to so much like My Bloody Valentine at the time, and like Dive. I was just like literally like walk to work, walk back from work, or like walking around town or whatever. Like those are the two things I was listening to the most. So like you can definitely hear it in the first EP, but then like going forward, like ever since we started, we still do like a monthly playlist which I actually need to fill in this month.
Same.
Yeah, we do. So we do like a
Just
month.
for each other.
Yeah, just for each other. So we do like a monthly playlist of like 5 songs. Everyone puts whatever you're listening to at the moment.
Yeah.
And like at the time, Oisin and Liam were listening to so much like pop music that I would like every time I'd listen to it, I'd be like, oh, like damn, like because I was definitely neglecting like a very specific type of sound. So like they would put I think you put like Broncho in, and then there was like what's the name of that Scottish guy? He did a song with Dua Lipa. He's like a DJ, Calvin Harris.
Oh yeah.
You put 2 Calvin Harris songs in like in maybe there's a couple of months apart, and from then I started listening to loads of Calvin Harris, and then I was like, oh man, like pop music is the way to go,
Pop for a reason. Right?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like so, it kind of went to that, and then now I think I would say it's gone back to more of like a rocky.
Yeah, I remember one thing as we were playing all the songs that ended up on the EP, and we were like just going through them. We'd been playing them for ages, and at one practice I was like, Shamey, you never wrote like a singy chorus. Like all the choruses, like we go verse and then we go like into a guitar part, which is great, But I was like, Shamey, I want to hear like a sang chorus, And then pretty much the next song after that was then the single. It was
Useful Gift, yeah.
And I had that chorus, and I was just like, shit, yeah, we need a chorus.
Yeah, no, facts.
But it was great. So like it kind of we switched up the format of how the song was written a little bit. I like to think I am.
No, facts, 100%. I'll give it to you.
Credits.
Good.